Hi people! So this is our third video on our channel and I'm just going to go through how we managed to get our fruits and vegetables home and what we did with them in order to make sure that they weren't contaminated with any sort of virus. So as you can see, we have beautiful red apples and some oranges and mandarins or clementines. I'm not really sure what they are, but lemons as well. So they look gorgeous and shiny now and probably super healthy to eat. But how did we get them to be this safe, knowing that we can, yes, in fact, eat them and not be worried about having any ingestion of the virus or touching it and getting it in ourselves as well? So what happened was I purchased the ones that are in bags. Put this down and see if I can talk to you like that. Purchased the ones that are in bags, and except those little mesh bags, right? So they don't sell oranges in bags where we are allowed to shop. So what I did was I had gloves on when I was shopping, and then we brought them home, put them in a plastic bag and brought them home. I left the plastic bag on the porch where my husband came out with wipes, Lysol wipes, and then wiped everything down individually. Now, unfortunately, everything he took out of the bag, he put back into the same shopping bag. So I'm nearly certain that nothing was contaminated in our shopping area, but you never know, right? So in my mind, I think that, okay, well, the stuff that was dirty came out of that bag, and then you Lysol it all and you put it back in that bag, so which means it could be contaminated again, right? So that's the kind of thing that you need to think about these days. I have been thinking about like that my whole life because I have OCD and anxiety and health anxiety especially. So germs and thinking of the path travel of germs. And I also used to work in hospital and I worked in a lab. I did my degree in science, so I know the pathway of germs and viruses. If they touch certain things, they can live there for a certain amount of time. And this particular virus, I say, is up to 17 days on surfaces. So what we did then is, because of the mesh, only the mesh bags, all the fruit wasn't actually protected. And even so now, we've never washed our apples in soap and water before now, but now that we have this risk in our neighborhood, unfortunately someone actually passed away that lives in our community, so of the virus, that worked at a superstore in Oshawa. So anyway, back to our bagged items. So he wiped down everything, we brought it in the house, but then I realized he had put it back in the bag, and just to be that extra cautious, safe person I am, we took everything out of those bags. We dumped it onto the counter, and then he had bleached the sink, so we dumped it all into the sink and washed all the fruits and vegetables in soapy water. And then the stuff that was left on the counter, the mesh bag, of course it touched the counter. So if you think about it, right, if we pretend the germ or the virus is on everything, then that's the way we can prevent getting it, right? So if I'm pretending that the virus, maybe it is, maybe it isn't, right? Hopefully it isn't, but maybe it was on that mesh bag, right, that then touched my counter. So that mesh bag has to be picked up, thrown in the garbage. But how do you open the garbage? Don't touch the garbage with the hand that you touch the mesh bag. So things like that are really in my head all the time, but maybe, and not through my husband's, and so it's a real big stress on him. But at the same time, I think this is how we all have to think right now, in order to protect ourselves from getting anything, if it's contact related, if it's aerosol. So yeah, so the bag was picked up, opened the garbage, different hand, thrown in the garbage. Then we had to Lysol the counters, and then the bag had also touched the cloths that were sitting on the counter, so we've had to put those in the wash. Like, there's a whole system now, and when we are washing the fruit, don't turn the faucet on with the same hand that you're picking up the dirty fruit with. So hopefully this will help anybody that's wondering what's a good process for washing our fruits and vegetables. Even oranges, right? We did it even though I have a thick skin, but you never know. Someone grabs an orange and say the virus is living on that orange, and they peel it. That's great. But when they peeled the orange, inside the orange isn't contaminated, but your hand is, right? So now you are eating that orange with that same hand. So stuff like that is really important to think about right now. We Lysoled all our stuff that we brought in, anything that could be taken out of packaging was gotten rid of, and door handles and stuff from the dirty hands that were touching them. I had gloves on, I had a mask, I had a whole hood thing and some glasses. So it's great because people don't know who I am. But you know, the looks that we're getting at the shopping mall, it's like why isn't everyone doing that? I was the only person that had any sort of coverage, and everyone else is just normal hands touching everything, touching your broccolis, touching apples, everything, right? So you have to be very wary of who has been there, who has touched what, and when you get home, what you're touching that could then stay on a door handle or a light switch or a remote control or a blind that someone else is going to touch, or so, and we don't know for 14 days if we even have this. So that's the scariest part. So hopefully that helps with any sort of how-to on vegetables, fruits, bringing them into the household, milk bags even, like you grab the milk bag, right? You put it in the cart. Well, then you have to think that, okay, whatever was in the cart is now in the milk bag, and whatever's in the milk bag is going to go into my fridge. And if I don't wipe it off, it's going to be in my fridge and it'll touch other things. So that's the way that germs will travel. We have to be extremely careful, and I can post more on home hygiene as well, and what I do when I go out. And I've kind of been, like I said, been like this forever. I used to be a lot worse when I had my first child, and then you have more children, you kind of slow down a little bit with it, and they're going to get the viruses, but this is something we don't want to get, and we have to protect ourselves against. So thinking a little bit excessively paranoid, I don't know what the word is, paranoid like, is probably our benefit right now. And if everybody did that for 14, 21 days a month, then maybe we can eradicate it and it'll just disappear. So hopefully you'll follow some more videos. We'll have some really exciting, happy, light videos, but also some more tutorial videos like this so that people can hopefully benefit from how my brain has been working. And even John admits it's a stressful thing to have to think about all that, right? It's constant, and that's why usually people that think like me have anxiety, OCD, right? So hopefully in this season of life, my actual anxiety and OCD will help others and prevent the spread of the virus more. Okay, so I will see you later, and thanks for watching, and take care of your fruits and vegetables and everything you bring into your home. Pretend it's got a virus on it, and then eradicate it before it can actually be there. Bye.